Hello, it's Andrew at Gongs Unlimited, and I'm sitting in front of here the MTV Gong. It's a 60-inch Paiste gong. And for people of a certain age, they'll remember this from their youth, as it was one of the signal items of the early MTV years. We're going to do a healing with it today. And the theme of this healing is kind of an interesting one. There's a buzzword, there's a term out there, it's been in the New Age healing communities for years, called the inner child. Even the psychological community, you've got to heal your inner child. And I want to come at it from a slightly different angle. I thought, what more appropriate than this gong to work on people that are perhaps older now than they were when they first witnessed the gong on television. What I'm going to kind of call it more is releasing the disappointments and judgments of your adult life. Now, we're going to be able to release every disappointment you've had in your life or every judgment you may have made about life and existence since you were a teenager or a child. Of course not. But there might be a couple in there, in your mind, in your chakras, in your aura, that have particularly stuck you. And being able to do that perhaps a little bit will allow you to remember the enthusiasm, the creativity, the joy, the joie de vivre, as the French once said until we stole it from them, and now we just mangle it. The excitement of being alive, the enthusiasm, the trust in the universe and in the divine. Now, a lot of people work their way back, and I watch a lot of people put on a good show about it, but then even then, the people who are pretty good at it will still have some stuff underneath they're not dealing with. They're overriding it. So I really want this healing to be, if you want to take the ride with us, is to lit the healing vibrations, the sound healing, the energetic feeling that's going to come through from the divine forces through this MTV gong, this great symbol, this object of that era, to kind of go and release stuff that might be stuck in those spaces. Maybe it's like it could be, I didn't get into this college, I didn't get into this job, I didn't marry this person, I didn't get this thing that I had this enthusiasm for. And maybe there are any number of reasons why it may not have happened. Or I really thought we'd have flying cars now. I really thought there'd be peace. I really thought this legislature was going to do this or that, whatever things. I really thought I was going to be a star on Broadway. The list is going on. Everyone has their own thing. And it builds up, and it puts little darknesses in your chakra, in your mind, little thoughts of like, you know how old people go, oh, you silly people with your enthusiasm, that kind of thing. So this healing is going to let the vibrations go, whether it's in your mind, whether it's in your chakras, whether it's in even your crown chakra, whether it's just in your soul. Let this healing vibration go and heal you. That's what we're going to do right now. So enjoy it. Thanks. was pretty nice. It's Andrew back here again. You know, if someone had told me, like 35 years ago, one day you'll be sitting in front of the MTV Gongs doing spiritual healings with it, I would have probably said, well, probably the spiritual healings, but I can't imagine sitting in front of the MTV Gong doing it, using that. And you just never know what's going to happen in your life. I expected other things to happen that didn't happen, and maybe those things that didn't happen, those paths that didn't arrive, those goals that didn't achieve, the sadnesses of things, I carry them around, not all of them because I've done a lot of healing, in my fourth chakra. And you might have that too, but you know what's interesting? If you hold some pain in that fourth chakra, you have an image like, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, this didn't happen. It turns down your ability to have the great things that the creator wants to give you, the universe wants to give you, that you're trying to create, because it's like there's a dark, well, that didn't get that. So that means in my equation, in my spirit, that means that good things don't happen this way. I can only expect that. You know, I really wanted to be a doctor in Hawaii, you know, working on fingernails, and now all I am is a phlebotomist in Pennsylvania, you know, whatever it is. Nothing's wrong with any of them. There's really, but if you have some things like I didn't get what I wanted, so my enthusiasm is lower for creating. Think about that. When you were a kid, oh, all these things I want to do, you know, all these things I want to do, and then it hits. Now, not everyone. Some people are just naturally dark and depressive and not thinking the world's going to give them anything. Even as a child, they kind of, whether they picked it up from their family or they brought it in from a past life, they have that too. But then use this healing to clean that out and just get to the spot. So this next section is a lot about healing your fourth chakra. Let that vibration go right in. You know, it's not your heart, not your actual heart, but it's your chakra. It's the energy center that connects you in that way, and your ability to have what you like, what you dislike, what you like, what you are attracted to, what you're not attracted to. But let's let this healing energy go and really work on a layer of pain and let it release and fill up with a new thing. You know, if there's something you've been really carrying around that you've been beating yourself up for, or judging the world or judging other people, what greater amusing thing to do than let the healing energy of the MTV Gong come through and heal you? Come on, you gotta, I mean, that's pretty funny. And why not have some amusement when you're getting a healing? Okay, let's do it. This is MTV Heals, and I'm Andrew, your healin' VJ. All right, what we're going to work on next in this great, marvelous MTV healing gong, and I want you to remember the absurdity of this, but it is working if you want to let it work, is your mental thoughts. What's really interesting about this, you can have energy stuck, like an energy stuck in your chakra, your aura, your body, and then your thoughts vibrate with that. And so some people go, God, it's really hard to get out of this thinking process. It's really hard to, because I'm just stuck on this loop, get stuck in a loop. Or every time I try to, people go, envision something positive, something joyful. And people can say, oh, I can't do it. I just don't do that. I've got an employee here or two like that sometimes. And so what we're going to really work on with this next little fun section on the MTV Healing Gong is your mental thoughts. We're just going to let that healing energy come and kind of go through your head and just kind of loosen up the energy of the thoughts. Imagine if everything's energy. People have said that. You hear that hundreds of times. It's not a cliche. It's a truth. Everything's energy. Not everyone perceives energy, but it's there. We have machines that do it. But if you're more open and psychic, you'll perceive energy. Thoughts are energy too, you know? That's why, like, what was it? There was some phrase back in the day, change your mind and the rest will follow. Or I could be incorrect about that. Might have been a commercial, so excuse me. But it's true. If you can get that mind changed, you can be open again in a more joyous, youthful manner to do that. And like more trusting. If God or the Creator is our parent, then we are the child. And sometimes how do we get more trusting? And that's really sometimes you have to clean out the thought. Remember, your mother or father or caretakers or guardians in the body are not our actual parents. They had that job, but if you got stuck on something that they did, maybe they weren't nice, maybe they didn't give you something, maybe every year you prayed for Christmas to get that, you wanted that really cool video game and they never gave it to you. It doesn't mean that the universe is that way, but you might think that. You might think like, oh, yeah. So allow those thoughts to clear out. The healing energy is going to come through the gong. It's going to be awesome. So I just want to thank you here with the MTV Gong healing. It's been a lot of fun. What would it be? It's like MTV Gong Unplugged. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can always come back to this video and play certain sections over again. These things come out in layers. It doesn't, once in a while you're getting ready, you're right at the end to release something and the whole shebang falls apart. But sometimes you need a few layers to get it out, you know? It's just like if you're an athlete and you're training, it's not like I ran around the track once, now I can, run a mile and win the Olympics. It takes a few layers. And you've had some years, I'm assuming, you've had some years to build up this sort of like layers of judgment or disappointment or low expectations or non-trusting as a child. There's a lot of layers here. But I just hope we're helping you a little bit here today. Like a song you like that maybe you like to hit and used to pump it on the car. We got to pump it up on the car when we were driving around. That's what the MTV Healing Gong, I hope, did for you today. Thank you.